Arcadia is close to ideal. Arcadia begins with 13-year-old Thomasina Coverley asking her tutor Septimus Hodge the meaning of the term carnal embrace. Hodge replies essentially that the word carnal is derived from the Latin carne, meaning meat, and is therefore referring to an embrace with a side of beef or leg of mutton. From this very opening dialogue, playwright Tom Stoppard is creating an atmosphere of inquiry and humor. He's setting a message that, though this may be challenging at times, we're going to have fun with it. This is Reno Lovison, executive producer at ChicagoBroadcastingNetwork.com and theater reviewer for ChicagoTheaterAndArts.com. The action takes place around the table in a historic, aristocratic English manor house, in which there are two intersecting storylines, set roughly 200 years apart. The part of Thomasina Coverley is played by Megan Taboris, and her tutor, Septimus Hodge, by Chris Woolsey. Thomasina and Septimus are living in the house around 1809, in the midst of the Age of Enlightenment, and during a period when Thomasina's mother, Lady Croom, is supervising the redesign of the formal gardens, with the help of landscape architect Noakes. Together they're transitioning it from the previously popular idealized utopian or Arcadian style to the more current Gothic style of the time, which championed the beauty of imperfection over perfection. The alluring Lady Crooms is played by Megan DeLay, and the paunchy, self-important gardener Noakes by Nicole Hand. The alternate storyline, set around 1990, follows a house full of academics who are friends, family, and hangers-on related to the current heir to the manor, Valentine Coverley, a mathematician working on a theory related to identifying a universal principle of statistical prediction, which in this case is applied to the population of grouse on his estate over time. Valentine is enamored of Hannah Jarvis, who is on site writing a history of the estate's gardens, and is particularly interested in the period when it had transitioned to the Gothic style before falling into its current state of decline. Literary researcher Bernard Nightingale shows up virtually unannounced to share some insight he has found on the possible connection between the famed poet Lord Byron and the manor house during the period of the garden's reconstruction. He's acquainted with Hannah and hopes to encourage her to help with researching what he has found. Brendan Hutt plays the role of the moony-eyed Valentine, while the object of his desire, Hannah Jarvis, is played by Cameron Fagan, who is equally disinterested in both him and the somewhat obnoxious Bernard Nightingale portrayed by Scott West. At its core, this is a comedic drawing room mystery, but it's also a thought-provoking exploration of humanity through concepts of truth, chaos versus order, discovery and rediscovery, the meaning of time, and our desire to improve on an already perfect universe. Time-shifting plot lines is a challenging task that is masterfully orchestrated by Stoppard and skillfully conducted by this production's director, Ted Hurrell. The concept of communication over time is further illustrated by the performance itself. Just as the characters are communicating and interacting with each other over time, so are Stoppard and Hurrell, interacting and communicating in a very meaningful way. On the surface, Arcadia seems to be about Nightingale and Jarvis, but Thomasina is central. The ingenue, played superbly by Tabor, is the personification of the unadulterated perfection of the universe. This is real adult theater that makes you think without being pretentious. Here's a warning, though. Don't get bogged down in the math. If it's not your thing, just let it wash over you. There are many bits of information that come together like a 3D puzzle. Take in as much information as you can. Be aware of the noise or the unimportant information and let the puzzle emerge. Get your nerd on and grab your favorite geek to enjoy this performance full of provocative philosophical questions and allusions to several popular mathematical theories designed to explain the meaning of life and the mystery of the universe. Indeed, these are heady thoughts, but as Stoppard promised in the opening dialogue, it's all offered with a wink and a laugh. Tom Stoppard's Arcadia, produced by Promethean Theater Ensemble, with performances at Greenhouse Theater Center, 2257 North Lincoln Avenue, Chicago, runs through December 16, 2018. Contact PrometheanTheater.org or call 773-404-7336. You can also email boxoffice@greenhousetheater.org. When looking for low-cost parking options in Chicago, be sure to download the Spot Hero app to your smartphone. Thanks to Scatterplot for the use of his song and our theme, Foster Avenue Beach, which you can find at Spotify. This is Reno Lovison. To read more of my reviews, visit chicagotheaterandarts.com. To find more podcasts and videos related to activities in Chicago, visit chicagobroadcastingnetwork.com or follow us on Facebook.